Hey, what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for checking out another video here on Show, Style, and Spirit. I am about to recap Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 2, You Scots to Be Lying. Okay, so the episode opens up with Martell doing a photo shoot for a calendar. He calls Destiny and asks her to bring some baby oil to the photo shoot. Now we actually meet Martell's manager. Her name is Melnika, and Martell says that they've known each other since middle school. So she's actually arranging a book signing for Martell. I guess that he's writing a book. I actually feel like, on a playful note, he should consider creating an OnlyFans page or perhaps getting into the adult entertainment industry. Maybe on a more serious note, he could become like a fitness trainer or create like some sort of fitness plan. I am concerned that if he did become a fitness trainer, it would just be drama with girls in the Huntsville area. But I feel like those two avenues are right down his alley. I didn't even know Martell writes, let alone has completed a book. But you know, I don't want to judge. I'm not a hater. So I was thinking about, what do you think Martell would name his book, this book signing that his manager Melnika is putting together? Maybe 69 ways to hurt your wife, or to do something, I don't know, corny joke, I know. But I was just shocked that he's saying that he's writing a book and he has his childhood friend as his manager and she's organizing a book signing. Like, where did that come from? Out of all of the previous seasons, we've never heard of Martell like writing a book, journaling. Have you? I definitely don't remember that. Okay, so anyway, Destiny arrives at the photo shoot to bring the baby oil, and she told Martell, she actually told on herself when she told Martell to close his robe. Now, she should know by now that Martell is all about trying to, test you, provoke you. So if he did have his robe kind of open, I'm sure he was trying to figure out if Destiny finds him attractive, if she was checking him out. So Martell was saying, you know what? I kind of feel like he was trying to tempt her. If I was her, I would have just ignored Martell's little chest that was peeking through the robe, and I would have just talked with him like normal. But she definitely acknowledged it. So I'm not totally convinced that they've never messed around, but I think that it has definitely crossed their minds, or something perhaps even minimal has happened between the two of them, and they just have a pact not to ever speak on it or to totally deny it. Let me know if you think whether or not Destiny and Martell have ever messed around, whether it was a kiss or they made out one night or they went all the way and was intimate. Let me know what you think. So Martell said in his confessional that Melody wants yes women around her. And after Destiny updated him that Melody overheard her and Tish talking about Melody. Now, this whole secret conversation that Tisha and Destiny had at the hotel in LA after filming their reunion is gonna be a repetitive beef that really kind of sets the tone for how Melody moves with other women that's in their circle. And I'm gonna circle back to that when they're all at Melody's house and I get to that part. So we meet Melody's friend Stormy. I believe most viewers are feeling Stormy, including myself. I love how she is a straight shooter, and as a black woman, she is successful. She owns her own hairline called Canvas Beauty. And allegedly in 1 year, Canvas Beauty earned $20 million in sales. And there are people who have said that they've bought Canvas Beauty products and that they're great. I actually am locked. My hair is 23 weeks locked, almost 6 months. I just use grapeseed oil, rose water, and I mix it myself. But I'm all for supporting black businesses, and Stormy seems like a great woman. So let's jump right in. So Melody meets with Stormy at her location for her business. It looked like a really cool warehouse that she decorated beautifully. Melody explained how she has rebranded her skincare line. If you remember, when Melody and Martell were going through their divorce, they were dissolving businesses, and Melody had just launched Embrace. Remember the episode of her launching of Embrace, and she put, Tish out of the event. She put her out. Then she dissolved that business because she and Martell were divorcing. So she's rebranding it as 7th Avenue. Her website is already up, and there's different skincare bundles that you can purchase. It looks very, high end. So let me know if you have purchased some 7th Avenue. And if you have and you're on Instagram, I recommend that you make a quick video on your cell phone or take a picture of you holding up Melody's products and tag her. I'm sure she would appreciate it and include it in her IG stories. Okay, so let's get back to it. So Stormy brought up to Melody how she said that she forgot giving a man oral when she and Martell were married. Remember at the season 3 reunion? That's another thing. This season so far, season 4 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the cast is talking in real terminology that us viewers use, where we reference the reunion, we reference social media posts. So are they. And I love it. I love the 100%, speaking in reality. It just makes everything that much more tangible, that much more real. So, and I have to say, since Stormy brought it up, I just don't believe that Melody would forget giving a man oral. I just don't think that that's something that you would forget. Let me know if that's possible. I just don't think so. But my guess is either, Melody just wanted to make Martell jealous, or it's actually what she told Stormy, and that was, she doesn't owe Martell an explanation of what she does with a man. And she's right, especially when he ran around for years and produced babies, okay? So let's focus. So Melody invited Stormy to her pajama party, and she let Stormy know that Tisha and Destiny are not invited because she caught them talking about her at the LA hotel after they filmed the season 3 reunion. It starts to sound like a Christmas carol. And so Melody said in her confessional that she's just not trying to spend a lot of time with anyone who is not loyal. And I'm paraphrasing, but she did use the word loyal. Now, I don't really like the word loyalty because I feel like it almost suggests like, okay, you're my friend, so I expect you to be loyal to me, which means anybody that I don't F with, you're not gonna F with. And I just don't think that's fair. That's not realistic. And why should two people be distant or at odds because one of those two people don't get along with another person over here? That's just childish, and it's a lot of negative energy that's very unnecessary. So I don't agree with Melody and the whole loyalty thing, and it almost puts her like she's up here and she's putting her friends like below her. And I just, I'm just not feeling that. And I really respect Melody. I think she's very resilient. I can see her hustle with her master's classes where she teaches people how to get into like the home repairs, home renovations industry. And she speaks at different places. She has her skincare line, everything that she's trying to do to create wealth for her kids. And I know that she has survived so much, so I really respect her. But I think that it's very costly and exhausting to maybe like be her friend, just from what I'm seeing. You let me know, of course. All right, so Letitia and Marceau, we see them at their office discussing business. They are building a new home on the acres that they bought. We saw that during season 3. And Tisha said that, it's been 30 months since they moved into their rental property, waiting on their new home to be built. But of course, we've been in a pandemic for 2 years. I would highly imagine that that's the huge reason why the materials to build the home take so much longer to come in. And that was something that she and Marceau were talking about when Miss Wanda came in, kind of like a storm, okay? And Marceau joked about her just coming in unannounced. Well, Miss Wanda talked about how her food truck is almost ready. So here we have another person. First it's Martell, and he's going to be an author, and now we have Miss Wanda with the food truck. I don't remember her ever mentioning her own business desires, her business plan. She's so busy talking about other people that Miss Wanda has never really shared in her confessionals her dreams or her goals of being an entrepreneur. I love that. I think a food truck is bomb, and when you're on a reality TV show, that's like free built-in advertising. She just has to mention it, and now everyone in the area will be checking for her food truck. So basically, this is when Marceau learns from Letitia that they are investors in Miss Wanda's food truck, and he had no idea. He said that they did have conversation about it, but he didn't think anything was like set in stone. He just said he needed to see that Miss Wanda was serious about it. Letitia says she relayed that response back to Miss Wanda, and she was already sold on, supporting her mom. Now, Marceau said, he definitely wants Miss Wanda to do something so that she gets out of their pockets and stops asking them for so much money. But he just didn't know that he was a flat-out investor. And so he said, where are you going to sell? What's going to be your niche? And Ms. Wanda explained that she wants to do different types of potatoes and load them up. So perhaps one would be like a classic one, I don't know, with bacon bits and cheese, and maybe she'll do a seafood one, maybe a veggie one. I wondered, like, does she know anything about vegan food? Like, would she use like vegan cheese and veggies, and then just that'll be like a vegan potato? I would not dare try to talk to her about that. Somebody else have to do it. But that would be a great idea. And then she told Marceau that she would name it Is Show Nuff Wanda. So I have to say, I don't always agree with Miss Wanda kind of like poking in other people's business, but I do love how she is unapologetically herself. And yeah, I think that's great. And so Miss Wanda asked Marceau, has he ever shared an apartment with Martell? So I guess that's one of the many rumors on social media, that he kind of created like a man cave away from his house so that he can do things in secret. And he refused to answer the question. Marceau said in his confessional that he's not transparent, and he's never said that he was, unlike Tiffany and Louis. And he would not confess, he would not, confirm or deny an apartment to Miss Wanda at all. Marceau said he's never hung out with Martell one-on-one. I find that hard to believe. So like every single time you've met up with Martell, it was always with your brother Maurice, or it was always with the entire group. You never just quickly met up with Martell to talk business even. I think that's very extreme, but I could be wrong. Miss Wanda said he threw his brother Maurice under the bus. This is another reoccurring thing that we've seen for the first 2 episodes. And she said that he threw his brother Maurice under the bus by posting the 2015 Atlanta trip photo. And Kimmy and Maurice weren't married. Now, Miss Wanda, she just has all those details down packed. She's ready to go. Because I was watching the episode like, oh my gosh, how was she even also to say so quickly they weren't even married, She just knows all the details about other people's lives, y'all. And then Miss Wanda said in her confessional that Marceau's lack of answers is admission of guilt. But I actually am on Marceau's side on this. He is an adult man. The only person that he would owe an explanation to is his wife, Letitia. And Letitia said in her confessional that she believes that Marceau has been 100% honest with her. Now, I don't believe that either. I don't totally believe it. I don't have receipts, of course. It's just my intuition. But, again, Marceau doesn't have to confirm or deny anything with Miss Wanda. So Miss Wanda has no proof. Okay, so I will say this. This is something that I wrote in my notes. Miss Wanda is an outer representation of Tisha's inner feelings. I do think that Tisha wants to go harder with her husband Marceau when they talk about not only the social media rumors, but just how he moves in general in their relationship. But Letitia doesn't want to disrespect her husband. She doesn't want to create a wedge between them. Marceau going to Africa by himself, that already proves that, to me at least, it proves that when Letitia does try to assert herself, he just kind of retreats by himself and creates distance. And I imagine that that distance creates insecurity for Letitia. And she doesn't like that feeling. So she kind of tiptoes around him when it comes to how she truly feels. But she lets her mother just unload, because Miss Wanda's approach is the outer representation of what Letitia feels on the inside. It's how she really wants to come across with Marceau. She wants to check her husband. And I don't blame her, and she should. So then we see Kimmy and Maurice. They arrive to Jalen's house. I thought Jalen's house looked great. Remember that condo that Jalen and Kimmy saw? We saw it just like in one episode, and it totally looked like the inside looked older in its style. And I can see where they totally repainted, redid the floors. It has that modern gray and white look. I thought it looked great. I wish OWN showed the previous look of that condo from the previous season. I remembered it, and I remembered that window and that living room scene. I remembered it, but I don't know if all the viewers caught it because they did such a good job at renovating it. So Jalen asked about the picture from the 2015 Atlanta trip, okay? Another Christmas Carol. Maurice said that Marceau's post was irresponsible and there's misinformation out there. You know, Maurice is great at giving the political answers. He's very articulate, professional, speaks very generally. You know, I was like, wow. It was irresponsible and there's misinformation. What does that mean, Maurice? Tell your stepson what parts, what rumors are the misinformation, and why was Marceau being irresponsible? Why would you say that? Because it just gets you in trouble? So the comments bothered Jalen, and he wondered if Maurice cheated on Kimmy. So it is natural to kind of look at things that you know may even bother you. So I do kind of feel like, wow, celebrities, they can probably shut off their social media or not touch their phone for a while, but then when they're tempted, they probably do read those comments. So Jalen did wonder if Maurice cheated on Kimmy. It sounds like Maurice cheated while they dated, because Kimmy said to Jalen that they discussed their relationship before and during marriage, and they know where they stand. The reason why I feel like Maurice must have cheated on Kimmy, at least just while they were dating and before marriage, and I shouldn't just say just while they were dating. The reason why I say that is because Kimmy would explicitly say, we talked and Maurice has never cheated on me, but she did not say that. She said, we discussed our relationship before and during our marriage, and we know where we stand. So it sounds like Maurice did something. And if you heard that beep, I am in Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm in her texting community, and I just got a text from her. So yeah, that's what that was. Okay, so what does that mean? We know where we stand. I know I'm not in their marriage, so it's none of my business, but definitely something happened. Okay. So in Maurice's confessional, he said that he felt like his conversation with Jalen went great. And he said that even based on social media gossip, Jalen and Destiny are together. So if you didn't really listen very fast, you would think that Maurice was confirming that they were together. I actually rewound and listened to it again, and I closed my eyes so that, you know, my other senses were very strong. And he said, based on social media gossip, you would think, or you know, the gossip says that Destiny and Jalen are together. So he didn't confirm that either. I hope at the reunion that's something that Carlos or the host will explicitly ask them. So the invited guests arrive at Melody's house for the pajama party. Tisha's cousin Kiki went to the pajama party, y'all, but Tisha was not invited. Kiki and Stormy asked Kimmy about the post. Kimmy says she doesn't think the men purposely went to Atlanta to meet women to cheat with. Kimmy carefully chooses her words. You know, Kimmy is a nurse. She's educated. She's professional. She, like Maurice, carefully chooses her words to not make herself look weak or foolish. Which, even if she chooses to forgive her husband and remain with him knowing that he cheated, that's her choice, that's her business. It doesn't matter what I think anyway, but I wouldn't even think of her as weak or foolish. I would think, you know, well, she's weighed everything, who he is as a person. She must have confidence in the marriage that he won't do it again, you know, whatever. But I feel like she carefully chooses her words. I think that, you know, she loves her husband and she's also trying to protect him. Stormy said she thinks the post was a deflection to take the heat off of Marceau and put it on Maurice. And I think that Stormy makes a valid point as well. You know, even if Maurice did cheat on Kimmy, it was Marceau who posted the picture. And I think he said, you know, oh no, it's not just going to be me catching all this heat, it's going to be you too. So I think Stormy made a very valid point. And so Melody and Stormy tell Kimmy to open her eyes when it comes to Maurice. Then the conversation shifted to Tisha. Cousin Kiki, girl, you are messy and thirsty. That's what I wrote, because Kiki talked about her cousin Tisha's marriage at a party where Tisha wasn't even invited. And I just feel like, you know, if my cousin wasn't invited, no, I'm not going either. Because it is for a reality TV show. I know Melody, who doesn't even F with my cousin, is going to ask me questions about my cousin's marriage. I'm not even going to do that. So Tiffany, of course, was at the party at Melody's house, and she met with Kimmy about her saying at the reunion regarding Tiffany being fired from her previous job, the Chamber of Commerce. And Tiffany didn't like it, obviously. She felt some type of way because she brought it up at Melody's house. Kimmy said that the purpose of her comment being said was because that Lewis and Tiffany always talked about how transparent they are during season 3, but they really didn't share that much about themselves. They just called out the other couples on what was going on in their lives. And you know, that's how we generally feel about Destiny. And we just felt like Lewis and Tiffany were just coming on strong during season 3 and was being very judgmental. So Stormy reminds me of Dr. Heavenly, not so much in appearance, but in conversation and approach, because she was also sitting there with Kimmy and Tiffany, and Melody joined them. And Tiffany said she was cool with Kimmy after they talked it out about the comment at the reunion. But when Stormy asked Tiffany, you know, why was that a big deal? Tiffany said, well, it's kind of like you're talking to someone and then they ask you about something you did when you were 12. And then they all just sat there. It was like silence. And then Kimmy goes, oh, you was being smart. You know, so then it kind of became comical, but it really irritated Stormy, you know, because that was Tiffany's way of saying, you know, you're asking me about a job that I had 5 years ago, you know, who cares? She was being smart. So I just feel like Stormy, she's gonna be hilarious, and I can't wait to see more episodes with her. We all know from seeing the end of episode 1 that she and Destiny are gonna bump heads, you know, hopefully not literally, but you know, they're gonna clash. So the season, it's already strong. I always have a lot of confidence in Carlos King. When he does work, it's always great, like on Encore and My Killer Body on Lifetime. Carlos King produced those. So definitely check out my other video for season 4, episode 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Thank you so much for watching this recap on episode 2. Please subscribe and share this video on your personal social media. Please hit the thumbs up for this video as well, because it puts me in the algorithm for more people. I would love to connect with more. Thank you so much and take good care. Bye-bye.